I'm Elisetty, and I can't wait to watch Mean Girls.
I'm Charles Decker, and I am a mean girl.
I'm Maya Stone with your What Is That?
I'm Todd Steinberg with This Week in your Mepham Sports.
I'm Bridget Flanagan, and I've got your weekend forecast.
These are the BMB morning announcements for Friday, April 12th.
Good morning, Mepham. Today is Friday, April 12th, day 1. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Happy Friday, Pirates, and it's finally April 12th.
April 12th?
Oh, it's the first day of Mean Girls, Sid. Skull and Bones have worked tirelessly to put together this musical, with opening night being tonight, I, for one, am so excited to attend.
I will definitely be in attendance, but I can't lie, I thought Mean Girls was only a movie.
Well, for someone who's founded the segment, What Is That? Maybe you should have done your research.
Touché. I need to do better in the future, but in the meantime, BMB's Nikki Saraceni took a trip down to the auditorium for a preview of the upcoming production.
Thanks, Sid. Behind me is the cast of the spring musical Mean Girls, which will debut tonight. A high school rendition of the 2004 comedy classic and film adaptation, Skull and Bones is super excited to bring Mean Girls to life on stage in the auditorium.
I'm thrilled, and it's going to be so much fun, and you're going to have a good time if you're in the audience, and a good time on stage, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
The show will open tonight at 7 o'clock, and the family version will run again tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and the uncensored version again at 7. At the door, tickets will be $15 a person, but if you sign up in advance by scanning the QR code posters in the hallways, tickets will be $10. I have to admit it, the scoop is so fetch. For BMB, I'm Nikki Saraceni.
When the news broke this year that Mean Girls was the musical, the school was ecstatic.
Between last week's earthquake and this week's solar eclipse, weather events have taken up a lot of the news recently.
An earthquake and a solar eclipse in the span of a week is crazy. On Monday, Mepham students had the opportunity to view the solar eclipse. This
viewing event was hosted by the science department and enjoyed by many students and faculty.
I love the atmosphere. Everyone's excited to watch this natural phenomenon, it's pretty cool. It's unique.
Given our location, we were able to view the eclipse with 90% totality. Let's find out what else has been in the news despite those events. This week, President Biden hosted Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida for a series of high-level meetings and an official state dinner. The visit was intended to draw Japan and the U.S. into a closer alliance and partnership in Asia.
And today, without question, our alliance is literally stronger than it has ever been. This was both not inevitable, but it was also, the fact is that both the Prime Minister and I came of age as our countries were, as they came together. We both remember the choices that were made to forge a friendship that were once only a devastating fight that existed before.
This is also a big week in Washington for Ukrainian aid, as House Majority Leader Mike Johnson has promised a vote on the aid package now that Congress is back in session. To support the aid, a series of high-ranking U.S. military officials testified before Congress about the need for that aid.
They are now being outshot by the Russian side 5-1. So Russians fire 5 times as many artillery shells at the Ukrainians than the Ukrainians are able to fire back. That will immediately go to 10-1 in a matter of weeks. We're not talking about months. We're not talking hypothetically.
In a remarkable story from the tiny South Pacific nation of Micronesia, the U.S. Coast Guard rescued 3 castaways who were stranded on the island of Picolet. In a story straight out of Gilligan's Island, the fishermen survived for a week on coconuts and made a help sign out of palm branches that were eventually seen from the air. In one final twist, the first Coast Guard rescue ashore turned out to be related to the 3 men. Petty Officer Eugene Halishlius is a cousin to all 3 of the fishermen, making for a most amazing family reunion.
Being celebrated here at Mepham next week is the National Honor Society ceremony.
Sid, what exactly is that?
Here's Maya Stone with more on what National Honor Society is.
What is that?
Scholarship, leadership, character, service. Oh, wait, didn't see you there. I was just going over my application for the National Honor Society. The National Honor Society recognizes students for their academic achievements. To become a member, it is required to have a GPA of 85 and higher, involvement in clubs and activities around school, and participation in community service. Juniors and seniors have the ability to have applied. The ceremony honoring these students is coming up on April 17th at 7 p.m. Parents are welcome to attend. Every year, the Mepham chapter at Mepham High School inducts a faculty honoree, and this year's honoree will be Miss Bender. Congratulations to all the students being inducted next week, and your hard work doesn't go unnoticed around the Mepham community. Well, now you know.
Thanks, Maya. And I really can't believe just in a few months we will be graduating.
It's so surreal. But to celebrate this monumental step, be sure to buy your lawn sign. They look great, and the whole neighborhood can celebrate with you.
Signs can be purchased on mephamsportsbooster.com. Charles, I know your neighbors will definitely be excited to know that you graduated and you'll be leaving the neighborhood.
Sid, how are we seniors? I feel like it was just yesterday we were freshmen.
It's all a part of the circle of life, Charles. Time marches on.
You know, Sid, that's very philosophical of you. And you know what else is impacted by time? The world of sports, where the clock is always ticking. For more on the games of the week, here's BMB's Tyler Steinberg.
Thanks, guys, and I got a question for you. You know what time it is? It's spring sports season time, duh. America's favorite pastime, both lacrosse teams firing on all cylinders, and the spring season is in full swing. I'm glad to say, your boys back on sports. We start off with the girls lacrosse team as they will travel to Plain Edge tomorrow. The boys, however, will go to Garden City to take on the Trojans today. Now to the Diamond, as the baseball team closed out the season series against Long Beach yesterday and will play Great Neck South on Monday. The softball team followed suit as they played Farmingdale yesterday and have a game versus Bellmore JFK on Monday. The boys tennis team face Calhoun today and have a date with Massapequa on Monday. To the gym we go, as the girls badminton team had a match versus Great Neck South yesterday. Last but certainly not least, your Chargers will travel to Hempstead tomorrow after falling just short to MacArthur on Wednesday. All right, by now, y'all know who that's from. Sid Charles, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Tyler. And luckily, with the weather being nicer this week, less games were canceled due to inclement weather.
What is the weather going to look like for these weekend's games? I really don't know.
Well, here's Breezy Brigid with your weekend weather.
Thanks, guys. Happy to see everybody's fine after the earthquake Charles caused. That's why I'm here. I'm his replacement because they don't trust that he won't cause another one if he's on weather again. On that note, let's take a look at this weekend's forecast. Today, it'll be a rainy Friday with a high of 62 degrees and a low of 49. Saturday, there'll be less rain, but still a high of 56 and a low of 45. Finally, on Sunday, it'll get a little bit warmer with a high of 63 and a low of 54. This is not a very good looking weekend, but you know, April showers. If you're mad about the weather not being very springy, take all complaints up with Charles.
Thanks, Bridget. And I gotta say, I really enjoy seeing you on weather.
Thanks, Sid. Although I think Earth should really be brought back.
Wow, Sid Earth.
What a throwback that is.
All right.
Whoa.
Have a great day, Mepham. These have been the BMB morning announcements for Friday, April 12th. Sid Earth.
Sid Earth.
I think it was before our time. Wow, I feel old.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I need a cane.
You?
Like the one with the tennis balls at the bottom? The one with the tennis ball?
Didn't your sister make up the name Sid Earth?
Yes, she did.
Wow. Shout out to your
Hopefully she'll
sister.
come up with a few
That's
more
an
names.
Easter egg.
Yeah.
Are we still going?
Hopefully.
I gotta get to tennis.